Okay, what you see in front of us is a VT109 tray sealer, and we're going to have Rick Hurd, our service manager, go through installing a roll of film and then threading the film through the machine so it'll be ready to start sealing cups.
Alright, well, first thing you do is you're going to take your roll of film and make sure that your film is got the sealing side on the correct side, the proper way to put the film. In this case, proper way to film is to have the film just rolling from the outside here, not from the other way. If you roll it on the other way, then you're going to have your sealing side on the upside on the cup. You want to have your sealing side down on the cup. Cap on top. Get it in like that. Got a washer, spring, and your locking pin. This is also going to create some tension, so we'll give it a little bit of a press, then lock that. Lay your film down. And you'll see these two rollers. You have one more, two rollers. Bring the film down, go underneath the first roller. And before I put that in there, I do want to show you another feature on the machine. This right here. This is a sensor for detecting print. So if you have a printed film, you'd have a mark. And this mark would be detected by this sensor, and that would help you to locate your print directly over your cup so you can do the spacing properly. So in the event that you have a print, you make sure your film is slotted inside the sensor. And also you see these rings right here. These rings can be slid in and out to adjust, and they help to keep the film straight so that the film never drifts. So make sure the film is riding right between those, and as you move those in, tuck those in towards the film. They're not actually touching the film, there's a drag on the film. Put the film underneath the little roller, then up and over the top of the second roller, and then feed it across in between the head and the eye. And slide it out the back side here. You have a roller on the opposite side. You can go underneath that roller and up. And now you're going to come up here, you're going to feed it underneath this roller because that's the direction of the scrap rewind. I'm going to tuck this in. Like that. Then you take your other plate, and you'll see that there are two rods that are longer than the other two. Those two longer rods are going to go through the holes that you see on the end plate right here. So I've got my rods here, so that's my position, my plate. Plate goes on. You're going to line those rods up so that they actually go right through those holes. Then the shorter tube are going to have, there's little back recessed holes on the back side here, so those other two plates will fall right into those holes, and then you know you're locked in good. Just like on the other side, you got a washer, you got a spring, and a locking pin. Add a little bit of tension and lock your pin. And that's the exception. Also on this side right here, we also have the same thing right on the other side, some guiding slides right here, and they have a set screw on them to lock those down so you can position those, but bring those in right into the edge of the film, so just to keep the film straight. Basically that's loading the film. Also you'll note, if you can see that through the camera right here, there is a diagram on the side here that shows you the pattern in which to load your film.
Okay, right now you'll see the cup tray is out. You'll see when Rick turns it off, it slides in to its storage position. So now Rick's going to go over setting the controls.
Okay, the controls. We'll start right at the top. Starting from left to right. You know this plus and minus? This is to add or subtract the feed. Now once it cuts the holes, the travel of the film is going to pull away and it's going to put the new film across. But you don't want to waste too much film, so after the holes have passed over and you have a new set of film across here, you want the roll or the scrapping tape to stop so it doesn't waste too much film. So you can adjust plus or minus where you want, how far across you want that film to drag across and just pull away so that you get a nice set here. But you also want to make sure you pull up enough film so that your film is straight. You don't want to leave this too close. You want to make sure enough film is passed by so that you can get the film nice and straight so you get a good seal across both the trays. That's what you do right here. Second, you have the sealing timer. This is a timer, obviously set so that it knows how long to press the head down and apply the heat to the tray and the plastic for a good seal. Next you'll see these temperature controllers, number 1 and number 2. And that's a separate control for each of these heads, a separate element control. And you can adjust your temperature. And you can see the temperature setting at the bottom, 185 in this case here. And you can see the temperature, actual temperature in the red that's going up. As soon as it achieves the set point, it'll stop. Power indicator light, this light's on indicates that the machine is turned on. Power on and off switch. Sensor and counter. That is the sensor that we talked about earlier about having a print sensor. That turns that sensor on and off. So if you have sensor, it's not going to use the film scrap intake timer. It's going to use the sensor to stop the film from cutting across. So if your film is running across and continues to run, it won't stop. Make sure that you have this set on counter and not on sensor. Because if you set on sensor, the film's going to continue to go. The sensor is waiting for that mark, that print mark, so it knows where to stop. So make sure you're on counter. Now, semi-automatic and automatic. There is a sensor on the machine here that will sense whether or not we have a tray. So if you have it on manual, on semi-auto, what it's waiting for is for you to drop 2 cups in and then hit the start button to actuate the cycle. If you have it in auto mode, as soon as you drop your cups in, the machine's going to go. The tray's going to pull in automatically. The sensor senses that the tray is in position and it goes automatically. So semi-automatic and auto as far as the tray. And it's sensing these trays going in. And last, you have your e-stop. If the tray's going in and you know something's wrong, the film's not in there properly or the tray's not in here properly, you notice that ahead of time, hit the e-stop and that'll stop the cycle. Now also, this machine is equipped with a sensor, a safety switch, that if anything was to move into the way, if the tray gets lifted up or your hand was to get in the way, when the tray starts to go inside and hits this plate, it will automatically bring the tray back out. And I'll demonstrate that for you. So basically we have semi-automatic and start. So if I were to hit start and hit that switch, like either your hand going in or the tray got in the way or something got in the way, it would automatically kick that out. So that's a safety feature. Because it is a door, an automatic door, there's no pushing in manually, it's going in by motor control. So very important you have some sort of safety system for that, so we have that. So that's basically the controls.
And do a couple of seals.
First of all, make sure that the trays are dropped in and that they're completely all the way down. They're not cocked in there halfway like this. They've got to be completely all the way down. Make sure that the proper tray size is used for the proper head. Everything is matched up properly. Set your trays in, or your cups in, and hit your start button. Head comes down, seals, cuts, trims. Your scrap rewind is now rolling the film up, moving a new piece of film across for the next set of trays. And that's going to stop automatically. And we can adjust that once again on the plus or minus if you want to add or subtract some of the scrap roll up. You've got your trays. Nice seal all the way around. And that's the function.
And there you have it, the basic operation of the VT109 tray sealer. And we encourage you to read the operation manual completely as well. You can also reach us here with any questions of operation at 909-923-3888. And ask normally for either Mr. Rick Hurd or
Mary,